What is up guys, welcome back to the channel. You guys know sometimes we do a lot of benchmark in this channel and I have to spend significant amount of time copying, installing and loading up games, and I'm not gonna lie guys, all this stuff take a massive amount of time. And people say you can't buy time, but you can always buy a super fast SSD, right? And yeah, that's where the sponsor of this video comes in, Addlink. Addlink recently reached out to me and sent me their brand new A95 Gen 4 M.2 NVMe alongside a brand new Spider X4 DRAM kit for me to test out. So let's unbox it, set it up and let's put these bad boys to the test. Addlink is actually a pretty well-known brand when it comes to DRAM and storage solution on PC hardware space. They've been known to making various products including RAMs, SSDs, external hard drives, flash drives. In fact guys, I've been using the Addlink X70 Gen 3 NVMe as my main drive, which is something close to 2 years, and it served me pretty well so far. So today we got a couple of awesome products from Addlink. So let's go ahead and do a quick unboxing, and afterward I'll be installing it to my system and do some benchmarks as well. Alright, first of all we got the Addlink Spider X4 RGB RAM Kit, which is a 16GB RAM kit for a total of 32 gigs. It's CL16 and both support Intel and AMD CPUs, and it also comes with the XMP overclocking support and rated at 3200 MHz. Yes, this is the DDR4 version which suits my current setup, and if you are building a new PC, latest DDR5 versions are also available on their website. And this RAM kit is also come with a pre-installed aluminum heat spreader, and it is actually pretty compact and fit nicely into the motherboard. And with all those specs, it does come with RGB as well, and it is customizable using your motherboard RGB controller. In my case, I have an Asus motherboard, so it does support Asus Armory Crate. Honestly guys, it looks pretty cool and very easy to customize. Alright, next up we got the Addlink A95 Gen 4 M.2 NVMe, which is a super fast M.2 SSD, ideal to use as a main drive for your PC, and it is also well above the recommended specs of an internal storage expansion for PlayStation 5, so if you have PlayStation 5, it is ideal for that as well. It also does come with a pre-installed aluminum heatsink, which is pretty compact and fit perfectly inside a PlayStation 5, and this is the 1TB version of the drive, and it has read speed up to 72,000 MB per second and also write speed up to 6,000 MB per second, which is more than double the speed of my previous Gen 3 drive. You have the option to go for a 1TB, 2TB or 4TB storage capacity option, and it also comes with a 5-year warranty. Alright guys, first of all I'm gonna install this drive into my main system and do some benchmarks and gaming tests, and afterward I'll be installing this into my PlayStation 5, so let's see how it goes. Installing the drive into your motherboard is actually quite easy, especially when the SSDs come with a pre-installed heatsink, and you can always remove the pre-installed heatsink and use your motherboard heatsink instead. Anyway, as you guys can see, here is my new drive, the Gen 4 drive, and also my old Gen 3 drive. Alright, now we are in the crystal disk info, and as you guys can see, this is my Gen 3 drive. I've been using it for like 1.5 years now and still in great condition. And here is the new A95 M.2 NVMe drive. As you guys can see, PCI Gen 4. Alright, on the crystal disk mark, quick benchmark, I was able to get around 6400 plus megabyte per second read speed continuously, and the write speed is recorded around 5500 megabyte per second, and this write and read speed are depending on your system specs, and I've been testing this one on a Ryzen 7 5800X CPU alongside 32 gigs of RAM, and compare this result to my previous Gen 3 drive, and the speeds are quite impressive as expected. And having a super fast Gen 4 SSD as your main drive is going to be beneficial significantly, especially when it comes to loading times, booting up Windows as a main drive, installing games or running heavy application on it. But as gamers, it's quite beneficial, especially when it comes to loading times. I usually install most of my single player games on my regular hard drive or on my external hard drive, so the loading times are actually significantly higher compared to an SSD. So on GTA 5, after fresh install going to a new game, it took me about 35-36 seconds to load up to a new game, but on the new Addlink A95 Gen 4 SSD, it took only about 16 seconds. Next game that I found having significantly higher loading time is the Sons of the Forest early access title on Steam, and on my regular hard drive it took me about 2 minutes and 23 seconds to load up to a new game, but on the Gen 4 SSD drive it took only about 42 seconds, which is incredible. Alright guys, now let's install this drive into the PlayStation 5 and see how it performs overall. Installing this drive into the PlayStation 5 is extremely easy. As I previously said guys, it's quite easy and it fit nicely into the PlayStation 5, and also you don't have to worry about getting a third-party heatsink or anything because it does come with a pre-installed heatsink. When you install the drive for the first time, it prompts you to reformat and do a quick benchmark on your PlayStation and see about the read speed, and I was getting around 6100 plus megabyte per second, which is well above the Sony recommended specs for the PlayStation 5. As you guys can see, it's now showing in the storage section on the PlayStation 5, and you have access to the full 1 terabyte of storage. And I moved a bunch of games into the drive. First one is The Last of Us Part 1, which is about 68 gigs in size, and it only took me about 50 seconds to copy, which is quite incredible. And I also did a quick loading time test compared to the internal storage of the PlayStation 5, and most of the time loading times are pretty similar and I couldn't find any noticeable difference. Overall, I would say it's a great drive, especially if you're looking for a main drive for your PC or even a great storage expansion solution for your PlayStation 5. So if you're in the market for a super fast Gen 4 SSD or even a RAM kit or any type of storage solution, definitely check out the links down below. And if you are from Sri Lanka like me, you can directly order these items from Epiq Distribution. They are the official distributors for Addlink products in Sri Lanka. I will link all the information down in the description, so definitely go ahead and check it out. As always guys, it's a bit of a different video, but if you enjoy the content, make sure to drop a like on it and also hit the subscribe button. I'll catch you guys soon in my next video. Stay safe.